Maria. Good dog. Sorry, whatever. Dear. I got a lot of boogers in my face, so whatever. Keeps me from getting sick. Like I said, I only get sick probably every 2 or 3 years, and it's only for 12 to 24 hours. So I bought a lavage machine, and I thought, you know what, I'll keep it around in case I need to use that to like clear my sinuses. I don't know, in case I accidentally inhale a whiff of poison or something. But wait, I have a lavage machine. It might help a little bit, like a tiny little tad. The thing is, like your cells, your lung cells and stuff, and how they work, and that type of tissue that's up in your dome. I think it's kind of like kind of fucked anyway. You know what I mean, dog? It's kind of funny how that works, I mean, I've heard, you take a shot of something, especially on an empty stomach, you're like, whew, whew, But I've heard, that the lung stuff, it's like you take a hit, dog, and it's like, ding, 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 blah, 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 dun, 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 that was my lame attempt at 60s music. So, anyway, but not necessarily Vietnam music, so, yeah. Oh, shit. Music from that era, there's some good stuff. Like the drums, man. The drums. And they really... Like, what's that one? I got a bad so bad. About the teacher, there's like a solo where the guy's just... And it's like, God damn. So... Led Zeppelin, I think they had some stuff. Maybe it was I don't know. Then the Hair, music from the 80s. It had like more guitar riffs and stuff, but it still had the drums. Yeah. See, that's not 80s. That's like 70s, late 70s, whatever. I don't know. But, yeah. They had a bunch of bananas that were about 2 bags worth, like 30 bananas the other day at the truck stop. I always ask. They usually say no for safety reasons, Somebody gets sick. And I said, I don't want to pay for them in that condition, but I'll take them off your hands. So, that's how you make banana bread, is with old bananas. So I gave my mom a bunch and my sister a bunch. I didn't take any because I don't bake. I'm going to have me a booth hang for that. I should get me a countertop bread maker, because it uses less energy than the stove. So I have a little countertop ice cream maker that I've never used. I don't have no booth hanging in my life to enjoy life with, like do anything. It's just well, she's gonna cook and clean and all that stuff, make me feel like a schoolboy and a man. Because I'll be like, yo, this is my woman. She loves me. Therefore, I feel that I have worth. Give me some wood to chop. Give me something to build, a problem to solve, something to conquer, to tame. I might start breeding horses, stud horses, of course, just, because it's like man and beast. You hate horses. I did, until I met my wife. And then all of a sudden I had an urge to create, mold, and change the universe. So now I make stud horses, and they go out and make other little stud horses. And this is not a reference to me or anything like that. I know you're probably thinking that. Oh no. Like I'd breed Clydesdales or something. The thing is there a use for that? You know what I'm saying. Maybe I'd breed rodeo bulls. I only have 10 acres, so I don't know. I'd breed one at a time. No cowboy can stay on this bull for 8 seconds. Except for me, with my Thor hammer. Riding out there in the sun with my shirt off. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't got no boo thing in my life, so. So much for the bullshit, or the bulls. So. Anyway. Maybe I'd get him a little girlfriend, That, otherwise, it just seems gay, you know what I mean? It's like, you raised me up this big, strong, masculine beast just to travel around the country with a rodeo, to have cowboys straddle me and see if I can't buck them off. What the fuck? Who the fuck you think you is? I ain't doing shit. I'm gonna lay right here in the sun. And I'd have to respect that. It's gotta be a choice. You want to be engaged in competition? I'd have to make sure. Maybe I'd lease him out. After the rodeo season, you bring him back. And I get like a percentage for every cowboy he bucks off. I might be onto something here. They'd be like, what the fuck? I don't know how that works. I think they just... But anyway. That way, when he came back, he could tell his cow thing, his heifer, not a single one stayed on, honey. They feared me. Like even the announcer. And this cowboy is riding a bull that's never been, nobody's ever, or however they say it, haven't they stay on. So, I knew he'd buck him off in like 3 seconds. Because he wouldn't follow the instructions, of the cowboy to kind of keep him going. He'd be like, fuck you, motherfucker, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to fucking change shit in midair. So, anyway. And if anybody ever did stay on, they got the rodeo clowns. I'd teach him to show like a bout of respect. Like he'd kind of lightly trot towards the cowboy. And then the rodeo clowns would be like, woo, 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 woo. Those guys are some hardcore motherfuckers. And he'd kind of sidestep and ta-dum, and he'd be kind of, and he'd be chasing, but he'd just be sort of trotting. And he'd just be looking at him. And he'd just do a lap, around the cowboy. He'd be walking to pick up his hat. Because that's what they do. They always start with the hat. The hat stays on for approximately half a second once the gate opens. But it's a cowboy thing. It's tradition. You gotta start with the hat. And if you wore a chin strap, that would just be gay. Plus, it'd probably get stuck on your face over your eyes. Even if just for a little bit. So anyway, hat is just sort of part of the whole theatrics of, cowboy shit. Rodeo shit. Anyway, he'd do a lap and then he'd calmly, just like a trot, just the whole way. He wouldn't stop. He wouldn't look at him. He'd look at him. you know, and then kind of look away, and then it'd be like a sign of respect. So, but it wouldn't be like in defeatism, you know, like on his way back, once he made his, you know, like 180-degree circle around the kibble, then he'd give like a quick buck, you know, and kind of lurch forward and then just trot back, you know, like, I salute you. So, and I'd train him to do that. We'd talk, we'd communicate. So, I am a tourist, the friendly bullshitter. Not that I give a lot of stock into that. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a bull. You know, because when you're a kid, you want to, you know, you're weird. Anyway. So anyway, I think you should give me the banana. I saw a dude walk in. He didn't have any shoulders or chest or anything. He was actually, but it was weird. He had big biceps and triceps. He didn't have forearms or anything. It was kind of weird. He's like, fuck it, I just want the guns. Well, I mean, dumbass, especially if you're going to wear a tight shirt, it just don't look right. Idiot. You know, like he purposely bought like the shirt that had like narrow sleeves, right? So they don't hang down, you know, halfway down your bicep. They like stop up just below your shoulder, you know. Okay, dumbass. And I bet you got the six-pack. Fake. You gotta have shoulders and chest to go along with that, you jackass. And I call them neck lats, the muscle between your neck and your shoulder. Oh, I'm doing fine. Don't you worry about me. Bitches. Farkles is like 100 push-ups. Ooh. Ah. She rubs a little piece of ice down her neck when she thinks about it. Oh, yeah. Still need to get me a bench press. I got a bench, you know, and I have 15, 25, 35, 45, and 55 pound weights. You can do a lot with that spread. Yes, you can. And a bench, adjustable. And I have the inline bike, not the upright, because that puts too much pressure on the space between your balls and your asshole. And that's not good for a dude. So, but I got the one with the feet out front of it, because biking's good because you can like, and that's how I do the treadmill too. 2 minutes of this, 2 minutes of that, you know, 2 minutes of a sprint. Choo 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 choo. Adrian, I did it. 2 minutes, you know, then bring it down to a fast jog, you know, you're sucking wind. That's how you get the most results. Because I'm smarter than people. I can get results fast. Not only because my body responds, because I'm superhuman and shit. Like I was talking to my dad about that, about some stuff and whatnot, and it's like, shit, this is, how is this even possible? You know, the amount, and I'm actually being real. You know, the both times, it's like, yeah, you know, we can always do better. You know, maybe you need to improve this a little bit. And, you know, it's like, die. Yeah, don't tell me. I will use you, and then I will do things intelligently, my way. I know how to do them, when to do them, the intensity to do them, what to eat, when to eat. I know this shit. It's like an encyclopedia. I don't have to remember it. I just, when I need to know it, okay, I need protein. Okay, I need to get it from several different sources, because I can't just get it from this source, because then it's too much. You know, and, you know, you got to be smart about shit. And I'm smart about that shit. I mean it humbly. I know shit. When it comes to health and nutrition, I am fucking amazing. I know, Farkles. Just don't you worry, baby girl. You just keep them ice cubes stocked up. She's thinking, why would you? Doesn't matter why. You're going to do it now, ain't you? Next time you think about, you know, us, and me cranking out 100 push-ups with you laying on my back, I bet you go get an ice cube, and kind of gently kind of rub it down your neck. Kind of open your cute little mouth a little bit. My cute little mouth? I thought you said I had a mouth like a horse. You do. I was thinking about the wrong person. But anyway, go ahead and do your thing, girl. Do your thing, girl. So, I'm right. So, run it down your chest, just when you're laying in bed. Okay, that might make kind of a wet. Then, well, be sure your dog is there, and when it starts to melt, just feed it to your dog. Oh, I'm right, girl. I'm right. So, that's the thing about an ice cube. You got to drag it down her body far enough, where when it starts to melt, and it will start to melt fairly fast, especially the front of her body, as opposed to the back. Although, but the front is more, because you're more vulnerable, you know what I mean? And it's like shit's about to happen, and, here's the highway to the danger zone. That has nothing to do with the weed, by the way. But you know what I mean? You kind of just a little, just down either side, and cut up the middle, and then trace it, and then down the inner thigh. Okay, inner thigh is one of them hot zones. Ice cube's melting during this whole process, right? So you gotta be logistical about it, and then just toss it on the floor, and it's hard to hold, and stuff, and it's all melting. Oh, and you got to bring it in, so you're gonna have to bring it into the bedroom, on a little rag or something, a little hand rag, so it's not melting. An actual rag, not a paper towel. Like even if you fold it over, but a rag, it'll soak up this shit because it'll soak sideways and stuff, and it won't soak down through as much. So, see, I know this shit. I just know this shit. I made that up. But I know because of the way it's woven versus a paper towel and just how it is physically constructed. It responds to its environment and the input and the things that happen to it, just like a woman. It's just that simple, really. Another book I'm going to write. How to be a sexy bitch in the bedroom. And I'll write one for the men and the women. Why would you write one for the women? I know, right? What the fuck? Yeah. So, anyway, no, this is what you do. You don't do it like that. You do it like this. I know I'm talking like that, but anyway. And so that was funny. Dork. You forgot the rest of yous. But, Bundle baby. Must be fine. What else could it be? I just happened to check that video. It's like a year old. And I had no idea. Like, I really didn't. You were making banana bread. And you were like, I used to cook, or at least I used to bake. Yeah, because baking's kind of easier. It's not as complex, as far as temperature and time and all that stuff. Because cooking, you got to do it right. I hesitate to call it a science because that's so un-yummy sounding, but that's kind of the truth, you know what I mean? How you capture in the flavors and kind of get a light crust on the outside of things. Yet it's cooked through. It's not raw in the middle. And is it chicken or is it beef, and just that and the other. And there's some know-how. And cookbooks take that guesswork out. They will tell you, preheat the skillet or whatever, use this, and blah, 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 put a lid on it, wait 5 minutes, turn it over, blah, 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 blah. Cookbooks take out the guesswork, so. But it was funny because you said, you used to like do cooking and, with cookbooks, but they were too complicated, and it kind of made me laugh because, I mean, you turned yourself into a brand, and, you go to the front of the line. Well, you did with that, you know what I mean? You went to Los Angeles and then New York. And like I said, you just got buffer. You know, if you didn't have the money and it was just you and all your goth chick friends, you know, you might be out of business by now, but it doesn't matter because you turned yourself into a motherfucking brand. So even if you have a slow week or a slow month, you know, you make something that doesn't sell, which it will, because they're buying it because they're buying you, you know. It doesn't matter what you come up with. But, I mean, you could sell, you know, onesie pajamas for adults that are, like, cute for chicks. And, oh, I can already see it in the grocery stores midday. Chicks walking around, because they already walk around in their pajamas. So do dudes. But, anyway. That's because I'm old and shit. But, yeah. So it would flop, but that doesn't matter because you got buffer. So, what do you open, what did you say, from like noon to 6 or something like that? 9 to 3? 7 days a week, huh? Wow. You don't work 7 days a week. Yeah, you have employees, I take it. Clee-Bear was the same way, at least she used to be. I think she worked 8-hour days, 6 days a week, and it's like, woman, that is too much. I mean, what is it, like the girls' club? You just hang out, y'all have a good time and stuff, but I figured she probably staggered it, you know, so it's like they're open. But I don't know. And what's her name works there now? Mrs. Rumpears. Oh, shit. I must be in love with that bitch. Well, either that or the Gweed, because he had the arms. But he's probably got chest and abs, too. You know, he's like a fairly fit dude, right? So, maybe even he's like a really fit dude, for all I know. But, you know, like he belongs on the cover of Men's Health. Not in the gladiator arena. So, you know, I'm just saying. Just don't take that where it doesn't need to go. But, you know, he's another male of the human species. So, by default, you know, it's like, yeah, I got to compare myself to that motherfucker. Yeah, shit. But anyway, how strong are them arms? How do the fight? Because, like I said, I know how muscles work. So, are they all for show? Well, isn't that, you know, size equals strength? Nope. But, anyway. Go ahead and look. There's this dude, like, type it in, like, high school kid beats bodybuilders in arm wrestling. I don't know how old he is. Now he's probably like 19 or 20, but, dude, he just beats all these dudes with huge fucking arms. And, yeah, there is some technique to arm wrestling, but, yeah, damn, motherfucker. You know? And I've said this before. You ever heard of such a thing? It's called old man strength. And I've given examples of why that is such a thing. And it's because you're not just, it's all about the pump, you know, and that's all fine and good. And there is strength there, you know, but you really want, you know, strong muscles and shit. The reason that old man is strong is because, you know, he's been wrenching on cars or building houses, you know, and he's been reaching out, you know, and his arm is like, and he's got to shake it off, and then he just pump, you know. So, and anybody who's like wrenched on cars, you know, like, you find yourself in precarious positions and stuff, and it's kind of hard on your body and whatnot. And if you got it up in the air on a hoist, you know, it's like, you'd be amazed, you know, it's like you're wrenching on something. Kind of hard to get to, you know, and it's like, God damn, you know, my shoulder's tired, you know, and it's, anyway, that's how old man strength comes to be, is they've just been doing physical labor their whole life, now they're strong as fuck, you know, but they're not necessarily, you know, they can still be like old wiry guys, you know. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. You probably know somebody, you know. In another 50 years, old man strength won't be old man strength. It will die out. It will go away. But right now, old man strength is still a thing. So, well, old man strength might come back. Well, just because of the nature, I mean, once we get out of the weak, hard times phase ushered in by the weak people, But I don't know. You know, these are different times. But anyway, fucking this broad at Subway had them goddamn ears. They were all thin and shit. And again, she had like this goofy, stupid look. Like, oh. And she had glasses. And, you know, I've said I'm from outer space. You know, I'm like a hybrid. You know, there might be something to that, you know. And they're probably completely unaware of it. And I know just enough to know what I know and not get in trouble, and I can say whatever I want. It's just like, ha, right, okay. You know, and maybe these people with ears like that, you know, maybe they are. It's some sort of like genetic line that, you know, is, for whatever reason, doesn't end. It carries on somehow, some way. And, oh, she was so fucking cute. God damn. Even like curved forward a little bit. I was like, ah, shit. Fucking A. So did they look like that as babies, or did they like curl forward at some point in their life? I don't know. Anyway. That's fucking weird. I didn't think of the gweed, though. I just thought of that right now. But the one chick, I was like, yeah, this is rump with ears. So that's weird. What the fuck does that mean? You know, I don't make the rules. That sounds silly and stupid. That reminds me of that couple. There's the gweed. There's Mrs. Rump with ears. That's just weird, right? You know? But then there's the bananas and bundle baby, you know, and it's like, what's going on? I'm a little confused. Everything reminds me of something and somebody else. What the fuck is going on? So, meh.